Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Candid Seat. Today, I have with me Nikshipta Reddy, better known as Nikiyaka amongst us teens. She is the founder of Swecha, and I'm super excited for this interview.
Absolutely, Ali. I'm so happy to be here today. And I also wanted to share another thing with you that this will be my first podcast interview. And because you already mentioned about Swecha, and Swecha is perfectly aligned with all this youth mission and all that stuff. So getting interviewed from a youth person like you is definitely my honor and privilege. Thank you
Well,
for
you got it
having
wrong. It's my honor, actually. But that's amazing. I love that Swecha has such a youth initiative. So, if you were to pick one word to describe Swecha, what would that word be?
So I'll just start from here. Like Swecha itself, like in our mother tongue Telugu, it's called as freedom. So for me, Swecha is freedom to dream, freedom to grow. This is what I feel about Swecha. So yeah.
I agree. I think if you were to ask me to also say one word, I would pick the same word. But what was the cause for this organization?
Okay, so I'll go back to 2023. So that's when Swecha was started and founded by me on July 22nd, 2023.
Okay.
But I would say like this initiative has been always there with me, like right from my childhood. It could be from my family, from my dad. Like I always wanted to do something to the community and give back to the community. So that initiative like was rooted in me when I was a child, and but I had a different name for my organization back in there, and it was called as Srishti. I used to always talk about it, but somehow like after like that was all before my even like when before my maturity levels and all that, but I was like more into like giving back to the community and uh, do the charity and serve the community. These were always there, and they were rooted in me very like hardly. Could be from my father, from my grandfather, from my uncle. Yeah, so yeah, my dad is a doctor and he served almost like from 2010 he was serving all the patients without any cost. And I think that sort of things were always in me, like okay, when they are doing so much, like what could I do to the communities was always rooted in me. And that led, and being part of various communities, like I served as a board of director for TTA until 2021, and then I was part of various organizations like NASA, UTSAV, and like I led a couple of major events where I even had almost like 4,000 audience attend, and I'm so proud about that. So while working in all these organizations, I always had this thought, okay, there are like I could see very less women stepping onto the board. Yeah, so that made me okay. That always had a question in my mind, thinking about, okay, is it women not stepping up, or aren't they getting the chance for the opportunities? Is what always had in me, and then I have to think and start something only for women, led by women and for women.
Right.
And that's how Swecha started.
That's a really meaningful cause. I think it's so important that there's so many people in your life that contributed to your way of thinking that you wanted to do something. And right now I'm like in psychology and we're learning about something called nature versus nurture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really about like the people that influence your life and how that can change the way that you perceive the world around you or the society that you're in.
Absolutely, yes. There were even times like when I was doing my master's, and I just came here as an immigrant again, like in everybody's story, and I started like doing my master's, and that's when I was into the community, just thinking because we are always away from the family, and that missing feeling gave me to get into the community and feel like, okay, he's my sister, here is my sister, he's my brother. So I used to like create relations for myself and be the part of community. That way, I don't have to miss home. And as you rightly said, nature versus nurture, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I really love that. So there, definitely, there's a lot of influence. It could be either from the community, either could be from our family, friends, whoever are with us. So every time I do these events and all, my friends always used to ask me like, why do you do all this stuff? What do you get out of it? And my answer was it's very simple. Like, we giving back to the community gives me that joy.
Right. Yeah.
I miss so many vacations. I miss a lot of, movies with my friends. Like they were all over there, and then I'll be like, no, I'm volunteering for this event, and sorry, I'll miss that. And they were like, they used to feel me like I'm crazy.
Okay.
But like after all these, like after Swecha, and now like we have done multiple events, and today like one woman comes and talk to me about like, thank you for giving me this opportunity and providing this platform. This is my first time doing it. That gives me, I feel like, okay, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Sacrificing all of those,
It just feels really good.
yes.
And you touched on homesickness. So since you moved here, when did you feel most homesick?
Yes, I think that's like perfect question I wanted to answer. So, um, sometimes like, whenever we have festivals and all these, right, we definitely miss home and the food, especially.
Yeah, food.
Yeah.
You can go to Vancouver for that.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Very specifically.
Yes, and it's just 2 hours, nice drive, and just go get the food. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But mom's food, definitely, we cannot. So that's when I definitely feel homesick. And sometimes we have a bad day, and sometimes we have tough situations dealing like work, family, community, and sometimes emotional relationships between friends and all those, like, just like gives that sort of, and especially we are in Seattle, so with all these things, like it's kind of a roller coaster for us, and yeah, the mixed emotions, and as I meant, it's just a play of all these emotions. And that's when I miss home, and I feel like, okay, I need some hand to me, like I need it at this point of time. And that's when I realized, okay, like why don't I create a community just for women, supporting each other, uplifting each other. There could be a good day and bad day, and tough day and easy day. It doesn't have to be just to share your sadness or anything. It could also be like, share your stories, share your happiness. And that gives you more encouragement. That uplift that you get from that is going to be really helpful. Like you share your happiness, you share your sadness, you share everything that you wanted. And why don't we have a platform like that and just do it from it? That's how Swecha was evolved, and we are still going through there, and we really wanted to make it more big and large, and let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really felt homesick before. I mean, I've gone to camp for 5 days, and I don't think I really felt homesick, but once I go to college, yeah. But for now, I still get to eat my mom's food and everything. But,
Yes,
yeah.
I know.
I mean, with age, it'll come. But so, what was one of the biggest challenges that you faced with Swecha and the organizations?
Oh yeah, there are like if I have to say that, yeah, initially planning, as I told you, like I missed so many vacations, so many weekends, so many like all the fun filled events that I have to go in, all that. But keeping that aside, while planning this event platform that I wanted to create, definitely people has to believe in us, right?
Right.
It's just the start. And why does someone has to come and be a part of Swecha? Like initially gaining that trust was a challenge.
Right.
And also working with women with different we have a women board serving Swecha right now, and we started with almost like 11 women. And there's always challenges with women. So as I was talking to you earlier about when I was working with different organizations, I saw very less women on board. So that the reason was, I was having two questions always with me. Is it the opportunities, or is it they themselves not coming on the platform, is what the two questions were. So when I started, I got to like personally understand, like it's it women had many roles that they have to do. Like
Right.
if they are working, they have to work, they have to take care of the family. I mean, I'm not against, I'm not telling you that men doesn't support or do that, but even then they support. women still has her own play in one's life. Like it could be like building a family, raising kids, working, and taking care of any, if they have a small business, taking care of that business course. And there are like multiple roles
Right.
that she
Yeah.
do. So here, while getting all these women on board, there were so many challenges. Like everybody has their own ideas, and then we have to like work through that. And somebody doesn't like when I go with someone else, and all those things were always there.
Yeah.
But somehow today everybody believes in the mission and vision, and now we are all like together, and getting them to that point was a little bit challenging.
Right.
And also at the same time, like building the trust from the community was also another challenge that I had.
I really value how you saw an issue in our society and you thought to yourself, how can I solve that? And then you did. So I really value that.
I hope I did.
Well, I mean, you did mention that you wanted to start the organization before you turned 30, and you did.
Yes. Yeah.
It's also like a personal goal that you've achieved.
Yes. My goal was, as I was telling, it was supposed to be Srishti Charitable Trust. That was like, I think in my 10th standard, I was talking to my dad without like, much maturity and all that, when we had a family gathering and all, like, what do you want to do in future? I was like going and asking my dad, can we donate our land to my Srishti Charitable Trust? I still remember that thing in me, and everybody laughed at me, like, because everybody, like, they were talking about, like, I want to become a collector, I want to become a doctor, and I was talking about Srishti Charitable Trust, and they're like, okay, that's good. And I wanted to start it in 2020, and I called it Vision 2020. But somehow I started it in 2023, and it's called Swecha now.
Okay, I mean, I really like the name Swecha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Srishti was just like, I don't know how I got that name. There's no story behind that, but it is just from that random kiddish talks.
Well, I don't think it's kiddish. Like, you've always had like a clear goal of what you wanted.
Yes.
Like, every plan will have like draft 1, draft 2.
Yes.
So you get to the final. So.
Yeah. And there you go.
Yeah. So thank you so much for this interview. I really loved learning about Swecha and how this all started.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Avi, and I wish you good luck. And I proudly wanted to say that this is my first podcast interview, and I cherish it. And yeah.
Thank you. That is so sweet. And thank you guys for watching The Candid Seat, and I will see you next week.